I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Switch that V6 for the EV, ride around my city, you should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip, water like a fish, sip out water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover, do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not, time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can't say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car cards to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. Switch that V6 for the EV, ride around my city, you should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip, water like a fish sip, I water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover, do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not, time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe, smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can't say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
Oh, we're finally doing this, are we? Because I was going to make a sandwich. And what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another Thursday night, and it is the next podcast. And guys, it's been a little crazy out there, man. A certain game came out called Starfield, and I feel it's absolutely insane how many people are still trying. They're trying to take the shine off of that game. They're still trying. Anytime a review comes out and it's a little bit lower, man, I see so many people out there like, look, it's getting lower again, guys. Oh, my goodness. Calm down. Like, seriously, man. It's funny. It's funny. Like, and the thing is, this is a Bethesda game through and through. But not only that, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Everybody in the chat, I hope you're having a good night. It is time we get into these intros because I got to get to the topic. So, let's start on the West Coast, man. This man, he dealt with a hurricane this year. I'm about to deal with, I guess you would call it a hurricane. Like, the meteorologists are calling it all sorts of different stuff over this weekend. It's going to be, like, right there. I don't think I'm going to get hit, but it's going to be, like, right next to me, man. But, of course, this man over here in California on the West Coast, it is the Angry Otter himself. Dark Optimus, what is up, bro?
What's up, man? I got a bone to pick with the Pony Brigade tonight, so it's gonna be interesting.
I think Square has a bone to pick with them as well because they
I think everybody's got a bone to pick with them right now, but we'll get into that.
All the PlayStation fanboys get into a line. Yeah.
Yep, get into a line.
Pony ladies. All the pony ladies. Oh, sorry.
Wow. See, and Dark, do you ever notice with Sir X-Man, he says something like that. We don't know if he's like trying to hit on a girl or if he's trying to make fun of a group. I have no idea.
or if he's just trying to hit on a pony. I can't tell. I don't know.
I don't hit women except from behind. Okay, let it go.
You know what?
I'm just gonna ignore it.
Dark, I hope you're doing good tonight, man. I think
I'm doing good.
This might be a great crazy show today. I don't know where everybody's energy is right now, but I'm catching peaks over here, and I don't know. This could be a crazy show, man.
I mean, it's always crazy with Sir X-Man, so this is just inevitable.
He told me he was coming in today, so shout out to him for that. But speak of the devil, the man who wishes every console out there had that Atari wood grain. It is Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, what is up, brother?
Oh, I can't wait till I can buy that new Atari that they got out with HDMI so I can put in all my 150-something cartridges whenever I want.
Hold on.
Instead of looking for the damn converters for my doggone Atari 2600. But hello, everybody. How you doing?
I'm trying to think if I would enjoy playing Atari on a regular basis now. Like,
yeah. First thing I'm gonna stream when I get everything back together is E.T. I got like 3 cartridges.
Oh, E.T. Did you dig those up or did you like?
No, I have them. I got a whole box of Atari cartridges.
Nice. Yo, Dragonheart, what is up, brother? Good to see you, man. Oh, Y9 Power, what is up? Let's see, we got Ripper in the house. I believe that might be a new name, man. I don't remember it. You guys remember a Ripper with an H?
Nope.
What is up, Ripper?
Nope.
If you are
I think
new,
that's new.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Let's see. Since he chimed in real quick, we gotta Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man is here, guys. Everybody, it's Sir X-Man. How you doing, bro?
I'm here.
You good?
Yeah, I'm just chilling out with my homies. That's all.
What's that? Clueless? Chilling with the homies. No, it was rolling with the homies. My bad. I I know Clueless. I do.
I know I didn't come back to hear this.
I know.
Wow, he came in at the wrong time, man. Such the wrong time.
Xbox singing again, Joe. We gotta get out of here.
All right. Next on the list, let's swing over to Texas real quick. This man, I don't know. He's got a little drama going on right now. I don't know if he wants to talk about it or what, but I am talking about the man, the myth, the legend. Of course, it is.
You talking about his Cowboys winning this
Predator. We don't talk about Cowboys here. Yo, Predator, what is up, bro?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Glad you reminded me of that because somebody was always talking mad shit.
You know I had to help you out, bro. You know I had to help you out.
He was definitely talking mad shit.
He was talking mad. He does that every year, though. He talks shit, and then they play, and he shuts the fuck up.
Hey, dude, it's one game, bro. One game.
Yeah, you said the second time he played you, beat the shit out of you too.
No, I was absolutely embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie, I was absolutely embarrassed. But with all the embarrassment, the only thing that came out of that was 1L. 1L. That's it.
What's your team again, Xbox?
New York Football Giants.
Okay, yeah, I can understand that one. Yeah, that's where all the sad people go to play, for their teams. I know.
And what's your
It's all
team?
good. But
You better not say the Titans. I will
my
slap
team is
you.
the Chicago Bears, dude.
Oh,
They
that's
look like
worse,
crap.
though. That's worse,
like
though.
Crap.
The last time they were good was like.
I see that you did not reel in Sir X-Man to shut the hell up and let people do their introduction and outro.
No, like,
I brought up one thing and it went to a whole conversation.
Right. Thank you.
But yeah, my Starfield isn't working on PC right now, so that's been a little tragic. I've had to play on the peasant box a couple of days. So
brutal, huh?
It is actually pretty brutal coming from PC.
Pred's like I was slumming it with the Series X. That's what he's saying. I was slumming it.
I started playing on the Series X until it updated on my PC. So I played like the first hour or two on my X, and then I went to the PC after that, and I have not touched the X since. And then when it went down, I was like, "Ew, this looks nasty." And it's all slow and shit, but yeah, I've been down since the patch came out. It hasn't worked since then. It's been crashing, and matter of fact, my last save that's on there is like 2 days ago, which is bullshit because on Xbox it's this morning. So
that was the main drama right there. I hate like when shit happens to saves or something. It's like, yo, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's all good. I'll just are
you on New Game Plus yet or?
No, I was actually gonna go there today. I was gonna finish the game last night and just knock it out since I was right there. I've been in game since last week when we were talking. I could have finished it last week, but it moved on to NG1. But I wanted to do some more stuff in the game to see if there was going to be anything different that happens, like with the ending and stuff like that. But from all what I've seen so far,
dude, why are you playing this game? Like, I see so many people on Twitter saying how mid it is, and the reviews are dropping, man. What are you doing, bro?
Because I don't have Baldur's Gate, I guess.
That's probably it, man. And, you know what?
Oh,
you got a good reason.
Apparently they don't even have Baldur's Gate either.
Oh no!
They're playing Final Fantasy. They're playing Final Fantasy. That's why.
People are itching right now. The panel is itching.
That's my biggest fucking like bone to pick with them right now is that none of them are fucking playing that game. So I mean, why are they talking?
They're playing Final Fantasy.
They said that they were going to play Baldur's Gate, but now they're not playing it.
No, they play Final Fantasy through their favorite streamer, apparently. Because
they clearly didn't buy Final Fantasy 16 either.
Hold on, real quick. I know, guys. I know. We've gotten used to getting the talking going and stuff. But guys, Mr. Vacation himself is back, coming live to you right now here on the next podcast. It is K Mega. K Mega, what's going on, man?
After sitting in the warm tropical waters from Cozumel,
purified yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Yes, purified myself in the beautiful waters from Cozumel, clear, crystal blue. I now come back to the next podcast. It
It's kind of a disappointment, isn't it?
This water is cold.
Did you run here? Did you run over to the next podcast? You're kind of breathing heavy right now. It's a little weird, man. I don't know.
It's kind of cold, dark. Anyway, glad to be back. Had a really great time. Yeah, I know Dark was asking me some questions about it, but then Prayer was talking about his situation. So if Dark wanted to talk about it at some other point, I'd be glad to talk about it. But man, glad to be back. K Mega's back with a 10. I'm on demand, baby. Let's go. Yeah, I my dumb ass. I'm so country. I was out there. I was sitting out there talking to some people in a hot tub, and I didn't wear a cap.
No
shit.
shit.
Had the sun just bearing on me, right? And I'm sitting.
So instead of light skin, you're medium skin now.
Oh, I'm getting the homies think I'm like dark Latino or something now, or whatever.
So some family members will finally accept him now. Like that's what it is.
Eastern
Man.
or something, yeah.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah, I'm dark, son. I'm on next level dark. Yeah, no, man. Glad to be back, man. Ready to get to it. I am a little lost. So, I mean, whatever that we're going to be talking about, I'll give I'll do my best. I'll make my thoughts because I did not do no research. I started my research with Starfield. That's all it was, and a little bit of the crew fest. And so, I'm chopping at the bit because I want to get the crew motor fest.
I don't know why, man. I don't know, man. Like.
You would be surprised. It's impressive. It's really
last time I ever tried one of the crews, man, their car physics were atrocious, bro. So if they got better, then shout out to them.
Yeah. One was good. 2 was one of the worst racing games I've ever played, and this one is really good. It is a love letter to Forza Horizon, pretty much. And it also makes you feel like
it ain't a love letter. They're trying to compete, man. Do you think they're gonna do it?
Hell, fudge no. But it is a really fun game. It's worth playing, no doubt about it.
Dude, if Forza Motorsport wasn't coming out, like I might have thought about that game. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be worth the purchase. Yeah, it'd be worth the purchase.
But
yeah,
since what I believe is potentially a racing game of the year about to drop, yeah, I'm just looking right past that game, man. Dude, there's so many games. Dude, Starfield, I got NBA 2K, Liza P, Forza Motorsport.
Yep.
Like, there's just so... Oh, my goodness, man. Oh, my goodness. It is a great time to be a gamer right now. And, of course, we're going into the holidays and stuff like that. So, companies, at least most companies would go all out around that time. So, guys, let's get into it. Let's, where should we go first? I don't know. You guys want to just, you want to unwrap Square right now?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Dark's ready. Well,
yeah.
For people who don't know, Square recently, they have decided with some of their major titles to go exclusive to PlayStation. They do kind of state as timed, but then when you look at it, like, these games never go anywhere else. Well, maybe PC, right? But they basically stay like console exclusive to PlayStation. Now, you see Final Fantasy 16 came out this year. Did Forspoken come out this year or the end of last year?
Yeah.
No,
Forspoken came out this year.
It came out this year as well. All right, so it has come out that, from the beginning of this year until now, Square itself, the publishing company, is worth $2 billion less than when they started the year. Now, they had 2 games that they heavily marketed and were putting out there like big games. Of course, Final Fantasy. Unless you're living under a rock, you know the name Final Fantasy, right? So the next iteration of Final Fantasy 16 came out, and Forspoken. I really hate that name, by the way. But that was a game that they heavily marketed and put out. I believe K Mega even, like, he had fun playing the game. He was talking about the combat and everything like that. But it just seems like every turn of the corner, Square is upset with the sales of their games. And now you look at the company is literally $2 billion less than what they were at the beginning of the year. There are rumblings that, these shareholders, they are questioning the path that Square is going. I guess you would say with the exclusive nature of these bigger games, which I'm surprised they agreed to it to begin with. When you look at like what MLB did with the show and why they did it and all that good stuff, you would think that Square would be like, yeah, that would be common sense, and they would put their games out in more places, but they didn't do that. Now, let's go to Pred first on this one. I want to hear Pred on this. Pred, so Square is hurting right now. Square is absolutely hurting. Shareholders questioning what is going on with them in terms of their quote-unquote exclusive games when it comes to PlayStation. Dude, first off, was this inevitable? Did you see this coming? Because, when it comes to Final Fantasy, I just think Final Fantasy sells. Like, they can put dog shit in a box and put Final Fantasy over it, and that's going to sell at least 2 million. Did you expect this? And what do you think the fallout might be? Because once the shareholders start clamoring, that company got to do something, man. Am I wrong?
You're right. What they projected, I think they expected Final Fantasy to carry them through, I was about to say I don't remember Forspoken being marketed, but now that I think back, I do remember seeing some marketing for it. But I don't know what the deal was with Final Fantasy. To be honest with you, I've never. Well, I think maybe in the early years, I played some Final Fantasy. I haven't really played any of the last ones. Like they're all like 20 or some shit now. Like I've not played any of those like in the past several iterations of it. But so I've never really been a fan of Final Fantasy. But I mean, from what I saw, like and what I see on like the internet, like a lot of people have been clamoring for that game, and so it's just surprising to me that it didn't do as well as a lot of people thought. Because did that not release on PC as well, or was it just PlayStation?
No, it did not come out.
Okay, so I mean, there's your problem right there. Like you're hitching your trailer to the wrong pony. I mean, the wrong horse. So, well, I mean, let's be honest.
Damn.
Okay, so like, what franchise that has done this? No, I don't want to say franchise. I'll say company. A lot of these companies that do this and they go exclusive with Sony end up not doing it. For some reason, it just doesn't seem like those games do very well with that system. And I can't think of one that just took off. That even with the timed exclusive shit, like Deathloop, I don't think did very well over there at the time. I think a lot of people knew that was coming.
I mean, I don't even like Deathloop, to be honest with you, bro.
But yeah, that came on PC as well. But at launch, but like it just seems like a lot of these. I don't know if it's a Sony thing. Maybe they talk about games and they don't play them and they're not buying them. Like I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of systems out there for them to not be able to sell exclusive games for anybody. It seems like other than themselves. They brag about the numbers they do with their games, but like I don't know. I don't see them. For some reason, I don't know if it's the gamers out there just aren't buying games. Like there's obviously a majority of the few that are gonna pick up everything that comes out that interests them, but like nothing that's been out on PlayStation has really done well, with the exception of God of War. Even Horizon didn't do very well. I mean, you can go back to what's the motorcycle game they had?
Motorcycle game.
The fucking zombie motorcycle, whatever it was. Hey, I can't think. But yeah, see again, that's like
Days Gone. I beat Sir X-Men. I beat him.
Go back that far, and like everything, like even Horizon, their PSVR 2 isn't doing very well. And I don't think this is just a Square Enix thing. I think this is a PlayStation thing. Like a lot of these companies are going to them for these exclusive deals to get the money, but those same exclusive deals could be going to Microsoft for Game Pass. if they thought about it, you know, and that game would have probably done well on all systems instead of just one. So I don't know, especially with Final Fantasy, that one kind of surprised me because I know there's some fans out there that they were like, oh, we got to get this and we got to get this on Xbox, and like they're out there. There's like a large community of people who want Square Enix games on Xbox. They just, for whatever reason, have, like I said, they've hitched their trailer to the wrong horse, and they're not getting the results that they want, and so that's what happens. You know, I mean, that number, what, $2 billion? That's a lot. And as you're saying, like those investors, at some point, they're gonna have to sit down and rethink.
Dude, once they start saying shit, like, you gotta move, you gotta do something. Like,
oh yeah, they're definitely like they're making plans to do something else. You know, obviously, or they're reevaluating, like, you know, because then you know what happens when you lose that kind of money, and you don't have anything on the horizon. Like, you know, they're gonna start making job cuts at some point.
I saw something about the CEO stating something about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth exclusive till at least May something, like May 29, 2024. So it looks.
Then they'll start doing these cash grabs later.
I think they're shortening the exclusive deals, and then they're almost like guaranteeing their games are going to be going to more places after that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, maybe they'll release faster now, but I mean, they've already signed the deal to keep it off Xbox for a certain amount of time. And
Pred, I gotta ask you, Pred. I gotta ask you because this seems like this news is changing. Is going to change like what Square is doing. I gotta ask you, man, because there's a lot of people. I know K Mega was waiting for it to drop on Xbox when it comes to like Final Fantasy VII, like even 16, stuff like that. And there's a lot of like sour gamers out there who, you know, they're like, well, why are you doing that? Like, you're not gonna make as much money. You're a company, and you're cutting me out as a consumer, and I'm a fan of your game. So you're telling me now I gotta buy a whole other system to get that game. Do you think the change is too late? Do you think it's gonna be too late in terms of like them picking up the momentum that they had at some point in time? You know what I'm saying? It's been a while though, but I'm saying, do you think it might be too late with what they did? Do you think they might have burned that bridge, man?
Yeah, to some degree. They'd have to come out with something, I guess, viable for either all systems or just Xbox. But like giving us these old games that have been out for like 8 years is not going to be the thing to get us back on track with them. Thank you for showing up to the party, but you're way late at this point. I think going forward, they would have to like stop that exclusive bullshit with Sony to kind of get back into the graces of the Xbox and even the PC community. But I still, for them to not even attempt to, you know, to even think about it at this point now would be kind of like a dumpster fire. You know what I'm saying? So like, especially with them losing that kind of money.
That'd be like saying "fuck you" to the shareholders, and that's never a good idea.
I mean, keep an eye on what's their next release.
Is it the next Final Fantasy VII? Like the next?
Yes. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you now.
Oh,
I heard him drop out a little while ago.
Yeah, I had an update. It's the continuation of the Final Fantasy remake.
No. The next game is Star Ocean, Second Story R.
See, when it comes to Square and stuff like that, we gotta ask Dark what games are coming up. Like,
yeah,
he's like right off the bat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're right.
What is that going to be on?
That's going to be on everything.
Well,
actually, no, it's not. Right. It's not going to be on Xbox right away. Apparently, it's coming to Xbox, but it's not right away.
See, right. Here we go. It's on everything, but
dude, I'm calling now, yo. They burned that bridge. It's too fucking late. We're hearing stuff like that, like still planned in the pipeline moving forward. Like, dude, I know. I at least personally know a bunch of Xbox gamers would be like, yeah, no, fuck you, I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
Even Octopath didn't do that well. I don't remember anybody talking about Octopath Traveler 2, and it was one like, wasn't it like nominated Game of the Year or Game of the Year a couple years ago or some shit like that? The original?
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, and like
Yeah, the first
Octopath
one
2
was.
came out recently, didn't it? And I don't remember anybody talking about that as well as that game did initially.
Yeah, it came out what, in March or April, somewhere around there.
Yeah, I really don't remember anybody talking about that game at all, to be honest with you. I'm going through their list of games now just to kind of see what's like on their website. But I mean, yeah, they're still doing that exclusive shit with, I mean, with Sony with this next game coming out, then they're gonna have. Yeah, I don't really. So think about this. Because I see Outriders on here. How well did Outriders do on Xbox?
You loved Outriders, man.
Yeah, when it first came out, everybody loved it when it first came out. Everyone was talking about it when it first came out. Everyone was playing it. It came out in Game Pass, right?
Yes, sir.
And so, I mean, like, but that game got a lot of praise, a lot of notoriety, and everybody was playing on Xbox. And we were all talking about it. The ones that did play it, we were all talking about it in the beginning. I think I beat that shit in like a week, though. But
yeah, you killed that game, dude. You killed that game.
But yeah, but everybody was talking about it until they finished the game. And then, but I mean, it got so much credit. But then you look at all the other games they've come out with since then. Like I just mentioned Octopath 2, which was, again, an award-winning game. The original Octopath. No one talked about it. Part 2 when it came out. I don't remember any buzz about that game when it came out. So like from that game and all summer, like even, we're talking about Final Fantasy and like, I mean, kind of like, we're talking about Baldur's Gate. Like, no one's talking about it. I know people are playing them, but no one's talking about it. And so that buzz happens on Twitter. Like right now, everybody's talking about Starfield, right? But that buzz is carrying over through us. Even if they're not doing shit as far as marketing or anything like that, we're talking about it. So that makes everybody else get that FOMO, right? I don't feel like I missed anything with any of the games they've come out with so far this year. Because no one's talking about it. No one's enticing me as a consumer to play them. If someone's like, man, Octopath 2, man, that shit's fucking amazing. I'd be like, let me try this out. But, now, again, how much was Final Fantasy? The one that just came out, was it $70?
Yep.
So people are starting to think like, maybe I don't really want to play that game right now. That's $70. I'll wait a little while till it drops in price.
Pred, you said something.
Or I got Game Pass on the Xbox, so I can just wait till, what I'm saying? So, like...
you said
there could be a lot of factors involved in that, though.
You said something that's interesting to me, man, because you're like, with the Final Fantasy, like, who's talking about it? And I absolutely see where you're coming from, because when it comes to Final Fantasy, like, there's twists and turns in the story, and there's, like, set pieces and stuff like that, and there are battles that, like, I don't, there's always something in Final Fantasy to talk about. Am I wrong, Dark? Even Final Fantasy 15 had battles to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And to hear like how quiet it is out there when it comes to Final Fantasy, like that is a little strange. Pred, I'm glad you picked up on that. I didn't even pick up on that really, but it's like it's either all like, people trying to like slander Starfield and prop up BG3, which I don't know why you would do that, because Dark, they are different games, right? Different games. They're different.
Oh man, don't even get me started on that crap.
They're different games, right? Like,
because dude, they're fucking different games. Goddamn it, completely different.
I'm done. You can go on to Dark now.
Real quick before Dark, I'm gonna let you air out anything you want real quick, but I do want to shout out one of our kind of like mainstay followers, Y9 Power, bro. One of the comments in the chat, this is like one of the reasons why I do this show. I love seeing stuff like this, guys. It is not a super chat, I will let you know, but it is definitely worth reading. Now listen to this, guys. Xbot. Well, first off, he says Xbot, but I know he's talking about all of us, and you'll see why. He said, "You did it again. You guys called Starfield. Knew it would be good. Basically, always trust our info, bro." I think that is a very smart move on your part, man. Yo, shout out to you, and to see, guys. Doesn't that make you like it? Like we did something, man. Like we suggested something. And he knows it's good to the point where he's going to come to us now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's awesome, bro. Appreciate you, man. Definitely appreciate you. So, Dark, with this whole Square fiasco, man, they are now worthless shareholders. You know, they're getting some shit from them. I gotta ask you how you feel about this situation. All right, you know, again, I'm not sure. Like, I see them switching things around. I see more of their games definitely coming to Xbox. But then again, even with like Star Ocean, it's like, well, just not yet. It's coming, just not yet. Dude, I'm done with them, bro. What is your thought on the situation, man?
Honestly, I can't even blame you on that one. I can't even blame you. If you're done with Square Enix, you're done with Square Enix. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, just alone from the comments that the director of Final Fantasy 16 made to the Pony Brigade, who were just like touting the game and saying that they were going to buy it, and they never freaking did.
That Salt Lake Squad.
Yeah. Dude, this is what Square Enix gets for trusting in Sony players to buy their games. This has happened. I mean, Pred has pointed out time and time again how many games have failed because they only go to PlayStation and then they don't go to other consoles. I mean, it makes sense if it's a first-party exclusive, like, you know, God of War or Horizon or something like that. Of course, you know, those games aren't probably going to sell as well because they are first-party exclusives, but they're going to go to PC. They need to put those games faster onto PC at this point. If they're going to continue, if they want to continue down the trajectory of making money, they're going to have to put these games on PC, like day and date, because and the same thing with Square. They're going to have to do the same thing. They either if they decide, hey, we're gonna you know, put the game on PlayStation, but you know, we also going to put it on PC day one, then people, I think, would actually gravitate towards it and actually play it. But yeah, at this point, with the Xbox community, it's done. It's over. They're done. Unless those games go to Game Pass, no one's going to buy them on Xbox.
You know, it was funny, Dark. I was thinking, well, if they bring that Final Fantasy VII, you know, remake onto Xbox and stuff, I was like, yeah, there'll be some people in there. But you're right. Like, it would be Game Pass. That would be the only thing that would really, I think, would blow up. Like, that would be the only way.
Exactly. And that's the only thing that they could
even put their games on PS Plus though. So I don't know.
That's literally the only thing they could do to gain more, you know, not only traction but more fans to their games if they put it on Game Pass.
Gain forgiveness, bro. Forgiveness, basically.
Yeah, it's basically, yeah. I mean, you know, gamers, they'll forgive if you give them something that's worthwhile, right?
Exactly.
So,
yeah,
you know, it's just crazy, man. They put themselves in this predicament. I mean, they trusted. I mean, honestly, I bought Final Fantasy. I played Final Fantasy. I loved Final Fantasy 16. There was moments in it where I was there was moments where I was bored with it as well, but there was moments that
every game
that
has
really
those,
stood
man.
out.
Every game has those.
Every game.
Even my favorite
Absolutely.
games, like even Super Metroid, there were points in time where I was just like, you know, going back and forth between like the extreme left to the extreme right on the map and stuff.
Right.
And I mean, every game has like those boring. I hate
those moments.
I hate snow areas and like water areas. Like they get done. I get bored in those things really fast. Yeah.
And that makes sense because it's only one. You're only seeing one thing. You're only seeing water. Or you're only seeing snow. You know,
Yeah.
So like that makes sense. You know, and
I push myself through those.
Square is just relying on the PlayStation community to buy the games, and they're clearly not buying these games. Because how many people have I seen who are like, oh yeah, I'm buying Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes out, I'm buying Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes out, I'm buying Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes out, and none of them have I seen on my friends list. They're on my friends list.
Oh yeah, you got
None
more
of them are playing
insight
it.
than I do. You got more insight than I do, man. I don't have.
None of those
PlayStation,
dudes
so-
are playing the game, but they were touting how much. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be exclusive to PlayStation. Oh man, PlayStation's got to win here, and stuff. And they're not even playing it. You know what they're playing? They're playing a game you can get for free on PlayStation Plus or
Twitter.
or Game Pass, and it's called Sea of Stars.
Hold on,
And they're playing Twitter.
they're playing PS Plus game fodder.
Yes, that's what they're doing. They're playing Sea of Stars, or they're playing Eternights or something like that. They're not playing the games that they've been. Some of the games that they've been touting, they are playing, but when you're touting a game when I say I'm going to play a game, I'm going to play it. If I don't play it right away, I'll play it eventually. Like right now, I want to play Sea of Stars. I want to play Liza P. I want to play the what's that other one that's coming out? Jasant. But right now, I got Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield, and I'm happy.
Yes,
I'm giddy as hell because this is like RPG heaven for me, So it's crazy that these guys they tout these games, right? But then they don't buy them. It's crazy, and it's clearly showing because Square is in trouble. Like why would Square come out and say, "Oh, we're in trouble" if they weren't actually in trouble, right? like that wouldn't make any sense at all. It's like you guys gotta either start buying these games or just shut up. Literally, period. Because if you're not gonna buy it or you're not gonna play it, like some people I know, some people get free games or whatever, and they just they play them or whatever, but then they'd never play them. Like if you're gonna get a free game, if somebody's gonna buy you a game, you're gonna sit there and complain about it. I don't understand that either. I don't understand that.
That's
I literally saw somebody on Twitter, like when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, they were like, "Yeah, I got it for free. I don't like it. It sucks. It's terrible. I only played it for like an hour." I'm like, you literally you can't play this game for an hour and get the full aspect of the game. You just can't, because it doesn't start clicking until you figure everything out that you have to do in the game. It starts clicking at that moment when you start figuring out combat and you start figuring out how to control your character in conversations and stuff like that. That's when it starts clicking for you. And you just can't do that within an hour. Yes, granted, it is a little bit boring in the beginning. It is. I will give you that.
Well, fans of that type of RPG are kind of used to the slow roll start off,
right? Exactly. They are. And when I started out, I was like, I started out with a monk, and I didn't like the class, so I went and switched. I went and changed the character, and I went to a paladin. And I'm loving that so much more, I usually play as a paladin, but I wanted to play as, something else. And I went to a paladin, and I'm loving it. And yeah, it is kind of slow, but it gets you into the game. And there's a lot of things that the game doesn't tell you either. But it's just crazy that somebody gets a free game and then they just like, oh, it sucks, It's just like, I see that constantly. I see it constantly.
Dude, anybody buys me a game, even if it's like a game like I didn't. I
bought you Final Fantasy 15. Remember,
dude? You know how many hours I put into that? Just like I'm like, this is gonna click. Yeah. This is gonna click, and it just never clicked. Like
you gave it the old college try at least.
Yeah,
right?
Hell yeah. Like
I give you credit for
that. To try it, man. Like I wanted to see. I wanted to be right there with you and your
Right.
excitement for that game coming out, bro.
Right, exactly. And a lot of people just don't think you and I do. They just don't. They don't. They're just like, oh well, anything for clout, right? On Twitter.
Yeah, for real.
Like earlier this week, somebody was
Especially
trying to say
since
I
they
was clout chasing.
monetize Twitter too, and then it's really for clout, man. Like they're trying to get all the views. Like
It's crazy, but Square's in a predicament right now, and I don't see a way out of it unless they shape up and start putting games on PC and put games on Xbox.
mm-hmm.
And on Game Pass. They have to put it on Game Pass.
I think
They
that
have to
later
put it on
part.
Game Pass.
I think that
Otherwise-
later part that you were talking about. I think that's the one that probably hits home more. I do know there are so many millions of PC gamers out there. Trust me, I know that. But I also feel like that would only go so far. And I think they need to do more. I mean, they lost $2 billion off the top, bro. Off the top.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's hard. That's a harsh reality right there, man. Let's see.
Yeah, it is.
Let's get Sir X-Man in on this. Now, Sir X-Man, I believe you like Final Fantasy. How do you feel about what Square is doing here? They lost a ton of money, and I mean, you got to look at it like it's got to be the decision to make the Final Fantasy. That franchise is known whether you're on PlayStation Now or not, and like it only really went to PlayStation. Dude, what do you think about what's going on at Square? How they're losing money and everything like that, and do you think that they are going to do a full 180 and like get these games out on like all the platforms they can?
I did like Final Fantasy games until that guy said what he said about diversity in his games.
Yeah,
It kind of changed. It changed my mindset on how they think over there. So, I still love the previous Final Fantasies that I've played, but that changed everything. And as far as them losing money, it goes back to this saying, you reap what you sow, who you lay in bed with. So they brought it on themselves. That's about it on that Square Enix thing. If they're losing money, they got to figure out their way to get out of it, just like Capcom did.
That is true. Yo, Capcom they did really good. Like, they did a nice comeback. They were kind of like in limbo for a while. And that new RE engine and the games that were building off their new engine, man, that really thrusted them back up into the spotlight, man. You're absolutely right.
They brought themselves back up into the echelon.
Yeah.
So Square Enix needs to do the same thing. Stop shedding your companies that bring you games and give you profit. Instead, you did the opposite, where these games were actually doing good, but you didn't like it because they were making. I'm being honest. I don't think they liked it because it was making more games for them, more money for them because they were on multiple consoles. When you just kept your Final Fantasy on PlayStation, but you brought your other games to multiple consoles, and somebody out there, I'm not going to say no name, starts with a P, didn't like that part, so you just said, okay, we're sorry, we'll keep it on the PlayStation. So we'll get rid of these other companies, so you still just get the Final Fantasy.
I think
and that's where your money loss started.
You're talking about when they dropped like they're kind of like Square, what we would call Square West, right? Like with the
when they got rid of Crystal Dynamics for no apparent reason.
Yeah, that's basically what I would call Square West. It's the Square that's not really based like around Japan and all that good stuff. Dude, I gotta ask you, like, now in hindsight, with them dropping those studios, now you gotta remember, like, they have to pay those developers, right? So it's not like if you keep them and you're just automatically, just getting new games to put out there. Like, they're paying these people. Do you think that was like the first bad idea from them that got them to this point was the fact that they dropped like Crystal Dynamics. They sold off their kind of like their Western RPG side, and they're only sticking with Japanese.
They've made multiple mistakes since the beginning in 2014, trying to stay exclusive to Sony. Multiple mistakes. They saw profit when they like switched over a little bit and had a lot of. I think a few years later they brought a lot of their older games to be shared on Xbox. They were making a profit because Xbox people were buying those games, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, out of the blue, it stopped. Then they started shedding all the other Western companies. You were making money. Even the games that were in Game Pass that you had put over there, for some of them, people bought them. So I don't know, what was the thinking in that bad idea? I will never, ever understand as you being a business corporation. You're supposed to be in there to make games that are good, but you're also supposed to make a profit on top to sustain you.
Yeah.
And I think they killed it. And newsflash, if that other game, the other Final Fantasy is coming out, to me that's going to be part 2 of Final Fantasy 7, because it says Final Fantasy 7 in their rebirth. So it's still part of the story. I think eventually, when they bring it to Xbox, they're going to give you a combo pack with the original Final Fantasy remaster and the new Final Fantasy. So you'll get both at one time.
It's like, here, catch up.
So that'll be another profit for them when they do that. So
see, I think I like your bundle idea, but I think they should take the first Final Fantasy remake that they did and
what I'm talking about.
Immediately throw it into Game Pass.
Nah,
I think they should. I think they should.
No, I'd rather have it in a way where people can buy it and show that we see how long we've been wanting your game. Look how much we paid for it.
Yeah,
Look,
but Sir
for
X-Man,
it, not in Game Pass.
But Sir X-Man, there are some scorned people out there that aren't gonna pay for it though.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're not like Sony people. We will pay for our games. Just because we have Game Pass does not mean we won't pay for a game.
I mean, I will.
How many games that were in Game Pass that you just went on and paid for?
Countless.
Thank you. And I know other people that are like that too. There are people that bought Starfield,
Halo, Forza. I paid for all of them. Gears.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we have Game
I didn't pay
Pass.
for Gears.
Damn, I'm the outlier here. I'm the one who's like, yeah, no, I didn't pay for that.
But if I buy a game, it's because I'm buying like the big boy version. So it's like Starfield, I bought the whole like shebang bang,
Yeah, no, you got the juicy version, man. You got the good one, yo.
I didn't make the point that I wanted to make, and I don't want to cut anybody off.
No, it's fine, dude. I understand.
Yeah, we're all friends here, man. We can all
do y'all
talk.
think that maybe that's why they're getting all cozy with Microsoft now, is because they saw their financials getting ready to start
They saw the financials before they went public, and they're like, oh, shit. Yo, Phil, come over here, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Oh, no.
Before I buy anything from them, I need to change their tactics on how they treat other ethnicities. Because you put this game in a world where there are multiple cultures, and that needs to change in their Final Fantasy games. That's my opinion on that one. Trust me, I love my Final Fantasies, but when me and K Mega and Dark was talking about that on the show, that just burned me, dude. I did not like that whatsoever.
I got you, brother.
All right,
I got you.
You can move on. I'm done, bro.
No, I think we pretty much we covered the whole Square thing.
I got K Mega.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Yo, my bad. I got to get back into the swing, Mega. You've been off for a couple weeks.
It's all right. I mean,
well, you weren't on last week.
Huh?
Do I need to take off? Do I need to take off for the rest? From now on out? I mean, we can do that anyway.
I mean,
oh man,
I'm not tying you down, bro. But
I
hope you would like to stay, man. It is what it is.
No. I'm just saying, if I'm gonna get skipped, I'm like, there's be things I can do. So it's all good.
He pulled a prank on you, man.
Excuse me, sir. You are the host of your own show as well, and you know it's not smooth 100% of the time, brother. Like,
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But
I know.
But he don't skip nobody.
How do you?
I have.
You need to cut it out, Sir X Man. I'm gonna skip you for the rest of the show.
All right,
Is
I'm
what
going back and play. I'm going back and continue playing my Starfield on PC. Y'all go ahead.
He had to say on PC. Why does he have to say on PC with that? I don't get it. I don't understand.
Disrespectful.
I don't understand. But we're going to K Mega now. Now, Mega, you heard everybody else. You know what's going on here. With Square, I have a feeling. I'm not saying it's totally too late for like everybody, but I have a feeling they burned some bridges here, man, and they're gonna try to like come back with the box of chocolates and the bouquet of flowers. Yo, what's up, baby? I don't know, man. What are your thoughts about this whole Square deal, yo?
The box of chocolates is Game Pass. Period.
That first Final Fantasy remake, right? Throw that right in there.
Of them. No. Like Star X-Man said, bundled.
You want both in game? He was saying buying them.
Yeah, no. I mean, no. Put them both on Xbox. That's giving that goodwill, and also admitting that you did make a mistake and tried to trust. Like Dark said, you trust the PlayStation community, but that's. And I don't want to mean that in a disrespectful way, but I guess so. In a way, I am for the community.
There's an undertone.
We mostly
There's an undertone.
Yeah. There's an undertone slap. There's two things I think beyond. One, there's a lot of hypocrites in social media, and two, I think that there's a Final Fantasy fatigue. Think about how many Final Fantasies or games that has that Final Fantasy feel that's come from Square in the last 3 years, 5 years. Like, it just seems like, man, I mean, Forspoken, even though, and I know that a lot of PlayStation gamers didn't play Forspoken, but I did. I enjoyed it, as you said earlier. But man, then you have Final Fantasy 16. Even if I was going to play Final Fantasy 16, I'm like, all right, okay, here we go. And then here in 2024, first quarter of 2024, here we go back with Final Fantasy Rebirth. And they're all starting to play similar in a way. And that to me, I think is one of the problems. On top of all the other Square Enix games that come out, they just don't seem to take a breather, and they're giving you the same type of games. If you think about it, like, I forgot about Star Ocean, but Star Ocean isn't really stepping outside of the box of what Star Ocean is. You see what I'm saying? So, and then
it's just a remake of the second game. So
okay. So, well, of course, it's definitely not. And that's another thing too. Thank you, Dark. Is that they're doing all these remakes, like right after Rebirth, if Rebirth is going to be the last one, then they're going to start working on Final Fantasy X remake. Like, that's my favorite Final Fantasy of all time, but my God, like, they're going to change it to try to make it more appealing, but the style, everything, I don't know. I think that there's a little bit of that fatigue. And on top of that, you've changed the structure of what people have known and loved Final Fantasy for decades. I thought Final Fantasy 15 was at that pinnacle, was right there, was perfect. It gave you a perfect slice of the action and the RPG element. Now, from Final Fantasy VII Remake, even though I enjoy it, the point it's still, I still feel like Final Fantasy VII, the original, is still a much more superior game. I mean, case in point, I went through and
it's the whole game, though. But it's the whole game as well.
Well, I don't think the part of being episodic in the way, because I mean you still get
I hate that. Yeah.
hundreds of hours of gameplay, right? I know that there's a continuance and stuff like that, but if you play it like methodical, like I play games or like Dark play games, you're still going to get a 50+ hour experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
The thing of it is that like I went into Final Fantasy VII not knowing what to expect, just because I liked Wild Arms and Legend of Legaia, right?
I remember when I opened that case and saw all those discs in there. I'm like, what did I do, man? What did I do?
Right, and I was lost. I got into it, and then next thing you know, it clicked, and I no-lifed it. I no-lifed it every day after work, every day after going playing ball with the homies, or going to the club, or going after a date, whatever the case may be. I'm on Final Fantasy VII until I beat that game. Like it was incredible to me. And with Final Fantasy remake, the Final Fantasy VII remake, I play it. I hear Barrett's voice. I get disgusted. I drop it for a while. I'll go back. I start enjoying it. Then I hear Barrett's voice again. And then I get pissed off again. And then
he's like, "Can I just mute one character?
Can I just shut his say it enough?" But everybody else said, "Don't you hear the talk?" When I heard him on the PlayStation, the State of Play on when they was revealing it today, my stomach just turned. I'm like, oh my god. Anyway, but I know we're going to be talking about that. But to keep, I think just Square Enix is just they're in a position to be like one of those people that listen to everybody in the room and don't listen to any outside noise. And then all of a sudden, when they check their financials or their numbers or their whatever, and they're looking like, oh shit, we're not as popular as we thought we were because we were told we were the shit.
Bro, that sounds like 343, but in the opposite way.
I know, it is exactly.
They listen to everybody and don't listen to who's in the room. Like,
right. They don't listen. They listen to only what's in the room and anything outside. People have been asking the diehard Final Fantasy fans, the diehards, the Xbox fans, the Nintendo fans, the PC community, and they just seen the money from Sony. They looked at what Sony did, and Sony finessed the hell out of them. And Sony is just not doing what it is, because then you got to look at this and you got to put this in the equation as well too. It's like what Prayer was talking about, and I was going to say the same thing. Well, I am going to say the same thing. That $70 price tag, it ain't it, Jack. People ain't trying to risk it all for $70 for a game that they might halfway play, or maybe put
those days are coming to an end, bro. Those days
are done. People will pay the $70 to $150 for a game that they trust, but they are not
NBA
doing
2K.
that for the Avium, Immortals of Avium. They're not going to do it for Atlas. You know what I'm saying? Atlas Fallen. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. They're only going to do it for games that they trust. And that's a big problem going in here when Sony and Take-Two was getting all, Take-Two got NBA 2K and the games that they have that they can go ahead and do it in a Grand Theft Auto 6 where they can charge you whatever they want to and hit you across the head. Sony only has so many games like that. And when they do these marketing deals like they've been doing, where they're locking these games down for this, and they're expecting this type of huge PlayStation 4 numbers to drop. Nah, Jack, that $10 means a lot to gamers these days. And I think if you really would give people a truth serum, I think that everybody would tell you that's exactly one of the reasons why even the PlayStation community didn't get into it. They talked about it. They showed a couple of clips about it. But I think that is the biggest deterrent. And on top of that, then like I said, I think that there is a Final Fantasy fatigue right now.
You know what's funny about my bad, Mega. But you know what's funny about that? I feel like I agree with you about the fatigue. It's like their games now, they're all very similar to each other.
Right.
When they had Square West. You know what I'm saying? And you had Crystal Dynamics, you had the other studios, they're all, it was different. There was a lot more variety there. Now, granted, they had to, again, pay the studios, pay the developers, but I feel like that definitely softened any fatigue on the Japanese side where the games are so similar. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, right. Like
that's why I feel like that was their first big mistake right there, was dropping those.
Oh yeah. But again, I think we all know the reason why they dropped them is because they want to get purchased. They're looking for that parachute. They're looking for the safety net.
Now, Mega, with you saying that, we were talking before we went live, and I liked where you were going with this. In terms of Sony and Square and dealing with each other, it's kind of like there might be a fox in the hen house type situation. Is that where you were going with that?
Yeah, no, but this is the thing though. Sony definitely now can now go ahead and say, oh well, you're not doing very well, so go ahead, let's say we can negotiate, bring you on board. Because I mean that just makes so much sense for Square Enix to be a part of Sony. I mean, SquareSoft was a part of Sony at one point in time, right? So it just makes perfect sense. But now, I don't know if Sony really wants them because they have not met expectations. And maybe that is why they sit there and was all buddy, because then they come to realize like, what, Sony should have already been acquiring us, but Sony's been acquiring all other type of shit here lately. I don't even know if they've had Square Enix at the table.
Dude, I don't think it would even put a ripple in the pond if they announced, hey, we're buying Square now. Like, it wouldn't even.
It wouldn't.
Be like, yeah, we saw that coming 8 years ago.
Yeah, people would say that we've seen this, and you know what would happen? The same result that you got now would still happen. People wouldn't buy the Final Fantasy like that because you're still charging that $70. People wouldn't be all excited about it and then if you would decide to want to put those games on PC, yeah, that would be great. But the way Sony locks shit down and the way that they've played hardball of just only wanting to allow the PlayStation gamer to feel like that their console is premium and therefore you have to have a PlayStation to do it, it's only going to hurt Square Enix in the long run. And if they don't if they don't do what they're supposed to do, Sony does not play those games. They will drop you like a bad habit. So why would Sony go ahead and spend the money when if Square Enix just keeps on losing, not generating enough revenue, then it could be a wholesale to where Sony's like, well, shit, this is almost free, so we might as well just go ahead and get them. But you know what I'm saying? But
if they're almost free, if they're almost like, technically speaking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Millions, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's not like I can pull out my wallet and be like, I got my debit card. Like, it's not working.
Yeah. K-Big ain't grabbing his nickels and dimes and saying like, okay, come on, Square, let's go.
I just lost where I was going with this. I had something.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, where was I? What was being said right before we started?
That's old age.
We started
that's old age, brother.
We started fooling around. Well, we started joking around. And that was that. Like,
right. Well, that was basically where we was talking about, like, where if Sony decides where they want, like, because Square is.
Oh, okay.
If they don't get revenue, then yeah. Okay.
Thank you, because like you said, next to almost free.
Almost free, yeah.
They won't be the only people looking in that direction, though.
Absolutely. And that's where I'm looking at, like, hey.
Just out of spite, man.
Out of spite. Xbox.
So, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Game Pass. But, I mean, I don't see that, but that would be funny as hell. I mean, I would love it. But yeah, Square has a problem. And listen, the most original looking game that they have right now that's coming out is Foam Stars. And I didn't see anybody excited for.
I don't want to go anywhere near that game, bro.
Bro, I mean, the Bubble and Suds, man. I mean, that's where it's at. But
that's the name of the game now, Bubble and Suds. That's it.
You're right, Bubble and Suds. But they got a beta that's going to start, I believe, on the 21st or something like that. I didn't see no hype from it. None. I'm going to repost it.
I didn't even know that they announced a beta.
Nobody, man. I normally don't read the comments when live shows is on because
you know, Broken Game's going to be #1 for that beta. He was so happy when he saw that on the show. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, that weirdo. But I just honestly, the truth of the matter is that I think it's it's just the fatigue and the money, the price tag. A $60 game, you would think that $10 extra is not that bad, but man, that goes a long way. And the fact that I think that there's a fatigue there. I really do. And when you change this game to something else, it's okay. Case in point, my last point, and then we'll move on. Think about DC right now, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I just recently watched The Flash. I enjoyed it because I watch movies for enjoyment. I don't, because movies never really follow the comic books thoroughly to the T, so I don't know why people expect movies to do that. But I enjoyed it. But it's so all over the place.
Oh yeah.
That the way DC is functioning, instead of them going and keeping pace where they were, DC would have been ahead right now of Marvel, because Marvel's in a little dip themselves.
Well, if they took Phase 1, if they did how Marvel did Phase 1 and
right.
like slowly work it out through, they would have been absolutely fine. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, right. They would have been absolutely fine. But they panicked and they did something else. This is the same thing like Square Enix. They did this they're doing this with their games, with their biggest franchises, which is Final Fantasy, and they're changing it. Nobody didn't really ask for them to do it. Like I said, they listen to the people, they're listening to the wrong people. They need to be listening to the people who buy the games, not the people that just sit in the office and make assumptions, or the media, which has contradicted themselves because they were the first ones, not all the media, but some of the media was coming out and telling you, well, turn-based games are old-fashioned and people don't like them anymore. They said that so much that there were people out there that were screaming the same rhetoric. And now you got Baldur's Gate 3.
But you know what's also funny about that? Like I feel yeah, exactly. I feel when you look at like the Japanese side of things, mm-hmm. I feel Atlas whooped Square's ass real quick out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure, dude.
They whooped their ass real quick they just came out of like a dark shadow with a haymaker. That was it, like bam.
Well, all they had to do was just be like, "Oh yeah, this game's coming to Xbox," and boom, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, that was it. And that's what I'm trying to say about Square. And that's why I made the comparison with DC, because Square's all over the place. They got rid of they got rid of Gal Gadot. They got rid of a fan favorite, Henry Cavill. Just like a Square got rid of Square Enix West or whatever. Like right now, if you could hear about a DOS X or a Deus Ex or a Square or a Legacy of Kain or something like that right now, and
I would love another Deus Ex, man. I would love that.
Add on top of that Final Fantasy, then now you cooking with chicken grease. Yeah. But now
you got variety, bro. You got variety.
Just the same shit. And the only difference that you have right now was Foam Stars. It ain't cutting it, Jack. So the bottom line, I think that it's a lot of fatigue, and then it's just the money. And Square is in a tough spot, so they got no choice. Microsoft is sitting there waiting, rubbing their hands. But Sony know what they're doing. Sony's playing real smart and coy, man. They'll get Square overall, I think. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It was 100% sure. Now I'm down to 50. Because hell, if Square keeps not selling their games, Sony ain't gonna want to touch them.
It's like, yeah, no, you're past your prime, bro.
You're past your prime. Move on, son. Move on.
Which would be really funny, Sony saying that, because we all know, like, Sony as a corporation has a hard time moving forward. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you saw it with the music business and everything like that. Like, they have a hard time seeing the future and going that way.
And last point, something I just read right here. They said that the exclusivity for Final Fantasy Rebirth is only 3 months.
It said something like May 29th or something, or 24th.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that it's going to go to PC, and it is like Sir X-Men said, it will be sold in a bundle. It will be sold on a bundle. So I'm thinking that it will be a bundle on PC maybe, and it'll be a bundle for people who didn't buy the previous game.
I bet you that bundle is going to be like $100. It's going to be like $70 for the new game and $30 for the first one.
Oh yeah, 110 easy.
Ooh, are you adding tax to the 10, or are you like that flat fee and add tax? Because
yeah, maybe flat fee ad tax. I mean, I don't know, man. It's pretty wild.
That's not a good round number, man. That would.
No, I mean $80 would be perfect because
that'd be
Final
good.
Fantasy. Yeah, that'd be a great price. I would jump on that in a heartbeat. But I mean, if the day that they announced that that's dropping on PC,
you have a weakness. You have a weakness for buying games anyway, bro. Let's be real.
Dude, I'm sick. I need to talk to Don more about to get me back on track because I lost my mind here.
I thought Lady Mega would help kind of like curb that a little bit. I don't know. I think she's helping the cause in a negative way. Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know. But
because I stay my ass at home.
Yo, true that. I wish more women would think that way too, yo. Like seriously. It's like, yo, I you know exactly what I'm doing right now. All right, guys. I got to ask you guys, like, I want to see what you guys thought about, the new Forza that they showed and all that good stuff. But I also want to know if you guys saw State of Play. So I think I'm going to go State of Play first on this. Who watched the State of Play today?
I did.
I did not.
I did.
You did.
I did as well.
I haven't gotten.
I watched it.
I haven't gotten any information. I got like a bit here and a bit there. Now, one of the things I saw is what Lady Foxfire. Shout out to Lady Foxfire, by the way, in that chat. She said, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Was announced.
Oh,
now,
really?
Yeah,
Really?
that was announced at Nintendo.
Oh, that was at Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh,
That wasn't
I gotta
announced.
get
at
a,
the
that
State
means
of
I
Play.
gotta get a Switch.
No.
it's on
It'll
all
be
games.
it'll be on
Platforms.
all consoles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome! I get to beat Miss Natla again.
And
Is
and it's like fully enhanced too. Like they went in and like remade it a little bit, like with better visuals and everything. So it looks good.
His breasts are pointed.
I just want the
Well,
most
they're more
important
rounded.
thing.
No, you're not gonna be pointy anymore, bro.
Than pointy now.
You know how hard it is to play the old controls.
They're gonna be jiggly now, bro. Jiggly, not pointy.
I don't care about that part. I care about the controls. The control configuration for the new generation, and it'll definitely work better than the older one. I can't play the older ones no more. I've tried it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
got
I mean,
'em all.
yeah, it was a real kind of like truck type system in terms
And
of
back
movement.
then it was state of the art though, man.
Oh,
You
hell
can't
yeah.
deny it.
Hell yeah. All
right.
It's good to hear that, like, the visuals. Hold on. Because when I hear remaster, I had to clear my throat real quick. When I hear remaster, I think kind of like the same textures and stuff. They bump up the resolution, but Dark, you're telling me like it's gonna look like a lot better.
Not like a lot better, but it looks better, right? They definitely bumped up the visuals. There's not so many jaggies. She doesn't look so pointy looking.
Now they did have an updated
Yeah, it looks good.
version, a remastered version of the original Tomb Raider. It was good, but it wasn't the same. It had pretty much the same storyline, but it was missing a lot of the different the different areas and the different paths to get to the end, unlike what the original did. So I hope it's a true remaster, with better graphics and control.
It's not like a true remaster. It's not like a true like. It's more. It's more like an up-res and the visuals look a little bit better. Like
Cool. So it probably will still be the same game. It's just re-rendered with different graphics. So that's cool.
it's like they put a coat of paint over it. Just one coat.
I'd beat all three all over again.
Well, I'm glad you will, man. So, because
I'm
yeah,
a Tomb Raider guy, man. Just don't mess
I mean,
with me.
I love Tomb Raider. I love my memories of the first 3 Tomb Raiders. Like, I just want
I've
to.
played all the Tomb Raiders
I just
ever
kind of,
made, so
me personally,
that's just me.
I just want to keep them there. Unless you do like a remake and you kind of go in and go crazy, then I want to see what you're doing.
They did do one. They did do one remake.
I thought they did a remaster. It was just like up-res.
Nah, they did it. They did a total remake.
Huh.
It was a remake.
Obviously, it wasn't that good.
No, it was great actually.
Well, no, I'm talking for the. I'm not
talking.
talking for Sir X-Man. I'm talking for the masses. Because if I haven't heard, like, if I didn't, like, if that wasn't like on top of my head, like, oh yeah, no, I know that, then probably didn't take off. Yeah.
All right, just to shut you up, just like people are the Last of Us fans, okay, and they still played the remake. All right, leave me alone.
I got you. I said I wasn't talking in terms of for Sir X-Man. You know what I'm saying? You do you, bro. You're good. You're all good with me. It's okay. So Dark
Yeah,
was
basketball is the same game every year.
Shut up, Sir X-Man.
no, it's not. But yeah, you're trying to sabotage this right now. You're trying to have me go off somewhere by saying something like that.
Hey, bro.
Dark. Okay, so Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. And that was from Nintendo. So what?
Yeah, that's from the Nintendo show.
Which was funny because what I saw on Twitter was the remasters were for PS4 and PS5.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they didn't show that at the State of Play though.
So is it going to Xbox as well?
Yeah, it's going to Xboxes too.
It's such a weird world where it doesn't matter what game we're talking about.
Yeah.
We gotta ask: is it going to Xbox too? Like that's
Right,
such a weird world, man. So what was announced at the State of Play? Was there anything there? Anything good? Because I know they did say third party.
The only things that actually stood out to me were, let's see,
Resident Evil.
Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
Okay.
It looked good.
It looked pretty good. I mean, it looks fun. It looks, like a Far Cry in the Avatar universe. So I'll probably play it. I like Far Cry. And then the Resident Evil 4 DLC looked pretty good. That looks like it's going to be a good DLC. Finally, we get to play as Ada Wong, so that'll be fine. And then Spider-Man 2 looked good. At least they didn't. They didn't.
Hold on,
say anything about
they showed more
microtransactions.
Spider-Man 2?
They showed more Spider-Man 2. It looks good. They didn't say anything about microtransactions. It sounds like you're going to be able to earn all the costumes as well, as
Like the first one.
like the first one. So
Okay.
that'll be good. There's no microtransactions, which is nice. Also, Starfield and Baldur's Gate don't have microtransactions either. So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Nice. It's good. It's a good inclusive statement. It's like, yeah, they don't have
Right.
microtransactions either. Just like,
Right.
if you're not
Yeah.
into those, don't worry about
Yeah.
those games. Like,
I
you
mean,
can go play them.
If you're not playing these two games right now, then I don't. But
At least one of the two. Either
At
one,
least one
either
of the two.
BG3 or Starfield.
Yeah.
Either way.
Exactly. And then the Tales of Arise DLC looked good. Of course, I'm definitely excited for that because I loved Tales of Arise. So that's going to be a definite. And then Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which they showed off, and then they gave a release date, which was 2/29/2024. So I mean, it was an okay show. There wasn't really much anything that I was all like, holy shit, There was just more like, oh, okay, cool, whatever.
It wasn't the secret showcase, sir?
No, it definitely was not the secret showcase like everybody was touting it was going to be.
Damn it.
Or
because they put down millions of dollars to do a showcase, but that's just the fake showcase,
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. I mean, at least we know what's coming next year. We know that Helldivers is coming next year, and we know that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming next year. So at least we know at least two games that are at least somewhat exclusive.
Well, they gotta get these service games out, man. They
Rebirth isn't.
only have
yeah.
2 years left, yo.
Well, that's the thing with. Don't even get me started on the freaking live service games.
That's all you're gonna be seeing, bro.
Let's just not even go there. But yeah, I thought the show was okay. It wasn't like the best. I mean, it was just kind of like at the beginning, I was kind of bored. I was just kind of like, and then they showed off
Here we
Foam
go
Stars
again.
too and stuff, and I was just like, they showed off a couple games in the beginning that I was just like, I don't even care about this right now. I don't even know why you guys are showing me this. But I did see like some PlayStation guys be like, this is a 10 out of 10 out of 10 show. I'm just like, you're smoking some crack or something. I don't know. You're smoking something, man. That
Well, those are the same people that are they're still trying to like do some type of damage to Starfield, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah, it's wild, but yeah, it was okay show.
Okay, anybody else like highlights or anything?
I watched it. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm a little worried about PlayStation. I'm a little worried. No,
you should have been worried as soon as Microsoft bought Bethesda. You should have been worried about PlayStation.
No. I'm not one of those people that's saying this PlayStation is going to go away like the dodo bird. But I'm a little worried about PlayStation for this reason alone. PlayStation's hype train lasts years. They can show you something from 5 years out, and they're in the stands and their fans will talk about that game until
for 5 years. 5 years.
For 5 years. For 5 years.
He's absolutely right.
Yeah, he is.
This showing this year has been
bad.
It's like, you know how I'm always. I mean, they're going to show some games, and they did show some games that I'm interested in. Final Fantasy. I wish I was into Resident Evil like I used to be. I used to be a Resident Evil nut, but I just don't do the scary games anymore. But usually, they kind of come off and hit you with something right off the bat from the beginning that gets you like, oh, here we go. The show's about to start. Then they dip down and then they go back up, right? Mm-hmm. They start off a game that what was it? Baby Walk? What was that? Was that the name of the game? Baby Walk?
Yeah, the Baby Walk one.
I'm not trying to be weird, but I thought that looked kind of cool. It's a weird game, but it felt I kind of like a game like that. It's weird, but it's
I
just
get that, but that's not how you start.
That's for the start off, though.
No, that's not how you should have started off with Spider-Man.
You should have started off with something else, like Helldivers at least. But that, and then,
they shouldn't have started with that.
That set the whole mood. That set the whole tone. And then, like, they had a lady that talked, and that's the first time I ever seen anybody have somebody that was a representative of Sony that talked and then told you that hope that you like the show and all this other stuff. But I'm worried. I mean, like I said, I'm not to the point of saying that PlayStation is done, but they usually drop something to get the palate, to wet the palate, to get you ready for next year. I mean, just a trailer or something of Stellar Blade or of I mean, I was expecting maybe that they were going to announce maybe.
Yo, it was crazy they swooped in and bought exclusivity to Stellar Blade, man. Because when we first saw that, it was like,
I can't wait to get her thickness and on my piece.
I'm sorry, that thick girl in the glasses, that was my type, boy. That's the only reason I stayed.
We're talking about video games. We're talking about video games.
You just brought up a girl. Don't even try it. Shut up.
So you talk about that girl. You don't bring up another girl.
A real one. Anyway, but that's just my thing. I'm like, and the show, and you know what? I don't know, Dark. I'm hyped for these things. Like, I get the hypeness. I had no motivation not motivation. I had no hype at all. When I seen Spider-Man, I'm like, that looks good. I'm like, I can't wait to play Spider-Man.
Somebody said something about Mysterio in the Spider-Man. That was
it was just like, oh, more Spider-Man.
Right. Like, it was like,
yeah, it felt very much just like, oh, yep, we know that's
and,
coming.
And the same with Rebirth. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it was like, oh, that's cool. I can't wait to get my hands on it. But it's not. But there was no. Even when they showed Spider-Man, like when they showed the last clip, there was some oh shit moments. Like, oh shit, that looks dope. You know, and then like with this, I didn't get any of that. Like there was one part where I think that they showed, damn it, what is his name? The vampire dude. Like they showed him coming out of the coffin. I got a little hype about that. No, what is that? What is his name in Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy. I know who you're talking about.
It's not Sid. What is that dude's name? I can't think of his name right now. But
Saron.
Who?
I thought you were talking about Saron.
No. He's a player that you fight with, but he was badass. He was.
I don't know. My favorite character was 13. Yeah, Red 13.
But But anyway, but even though after that I sit there, I was like, oh, like they showed that, but then nothing else. And you know, I'm and the VR. Now I will say this: there was the
Ghostbusters
VR,
game. Oh, I want that.
The Ghostbusters game looked good, and the Resident Evil VR game looked good. But that's telling. If VR games is out. It's making you think like, damn, those games are on the same tier as the stuff that you presented. That leaves me thinking like, bruh, you know, and I don't, like I said, I said this in a DM. I said, you know what, the PlayStation mystique. I was a diehard PlayStation fan from PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. It dwindled a little bit. Still, well, PlayStation 3 still had love for my PlayStation. Was make sure that it got a little bit. It didn't get as much burn as the 360, but it still got its burn. So the PlayStation 4 just had dope games, but the mystique of PlayStation to me is waning. Now, of course, they're always going to sell consoles because they're a household name. They're a popular entity. But the games that they're producing, it's just not that variety, and hopefully that's why I'm thinking like, man, that jolt, that kick in the arm from these games as a service, there'll be something in there that'll make it, because I'll play Helldivers too. That's my type of game that I'll jump in and I'll play. But I don't know, man. It just I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more just to wet the palate, but it just didn't do that. And that's really the first time I can actually say from a PlayStation showcase, even though a lot of people talk about it's trash and this and that, I'll never say that about that because I'm always excited about games. But this was very, very mediocre to me. And that's problematic for me to say, even though a lot of people think I hate PlayStation, but I don't.
No, you've liked a lot of shows that other people have said like there was nothing there, and you're like, what? There was this, like that looks okay. Like that's one thing I could definitely say about you, K-Mega. When it comes down to it, when you have games in front of you, you find something like positive in that whole thing. So to hear you like, yo, I'm a little concerned. That says a lot, man. To be really honest with you.
It just bothered it left me feeling weird. And then when Dark kind of admits to it, like,
yo, Mega, you remember beginning of this generation and you know our excitement for the new Xbox and like what was going on. You know, they were building Game Pass and stuff, and shit, I can't believe I lost that one too.
Man, boy, you getting old.
Have you vaped today to help your brain?
Bro, my work was rough today, man. I gotta, you know, like I feel
tired. That man need to put that head to bed.
I feel like they did me dirty today, man. They switched me off to a different machine, and they switched that operator off to some other part of the warehouse, but he left an enormous mess, and I looked at my super. I'm like, I gotta clean that. I'm like, where the hell was the dude who created this mess? Like a mess at my job is at least a half hour of cutting plastic, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do that shit. So like I didn't have a great day today, man. So My
We all
apologies
have
on
days
that.
like that. We all have days.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
man.
and
Yeah.
of course I work 12-hour shifts too. So it's not like a couple hours down the line and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? No, I had to stay there the entire time. First thing in the morning too, man. But anyway, it's all good. I'm happy now. I'm here. We're talking. We're doing the shit. But yeah, dude, See, I wasn't expecting too much from the state of play anyway because they said third party and indies. So I was actually really surprised when you guys started saying Spider-Man.
How many
Because
games did they actually show at
That's
State
an
of Play? I mean,
exclusive.
I watched it, but
They showed a good amount of games. No. They showed good amount of games.
They did, but a lot of it was a lot of crap.
Damn, Dark.
Now with
Listen.
about 70% Xbox now.
Listen, if you think Foam Stars looks like a great game, you have never played Splatoon. So
Splatoon is fun as hell, man. Like that was probably my most enjoyable game on the Switch.
It's literally a Splatoon knockoff, and it doesn't even look like it plays the same. It's just
It doesn't look like it has the same character though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it looks like
doesn't.
somebody
It doesn't.
trying to be Splatoon.
I don't know. It just didn't look really good. Now I need to find a 4K, clip.
It's not gonna help.
I mean, because it looked a little dusty, man. It didn't look. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. You're probably right, Fred, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
I got you. Well, any other
good though.
any other
Spider-Man did
people
look
got thoughts on the state of play? Because again, I
will agree with Lady Foxfire. The Nintendo Direct was better. They had way more games that was more interesting.
And it was funny because I saw somebody, well, at least somebody posting on Twitter that the Direct was trash. So I don't know what quote unquote camp they might be in. So
They're saying their Direct was like the bomb. It was like double A and tens and everything. So it is what it is.
bro, like fans of platform are, they're going to be blind fans as well. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. They're blind fans when it comes to Xbox too, and I can't stand talking to those people either, because everything is just great. There's nothing wrong.
They're blind fans, but never buy the games.
That's why they can't find them.
They get it. They can't find them.
They can praise them because that's only their mouth. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to looking for the game and purchasing it, they're blind. They can't. Which is which is why Square is blaming all of them. Yeah, pretty much. Just remember, guys, Square blames you. Yo, we got Viper.
As they should.
We got Viper in the chat, a member of this channel for 21 months. That's 12 reversed right there. But, yo, shout out to you, brother. He says, who are all the busters in this podcast? Is anyone talking about games? Sir, this is a PlayStation podcast, so Dan,
dude.
hell no, we're not
we don't
talking
talk about games.
Hell no,
We talk
we're not
about-
talking about games.
We talk about
We don't play
Xbox.
games on Xbox.
We talk about Xbox
Yes.
having Starfield and how pissed off we're about it.
No. Xbox having Starfield, and now all of a sudden it's just a mid game. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
it's just a mid game. It's not even good. I mean, I'm not even
truth
playing
is-
Baldur's Gate
come
3,
here.
but it's a great game. You know,
It's a great game. Like, don't question me on it.
don't question me.
Don't ask me if I played. It's just a great game.
I said I was gonna buy it, but I didn't, and it's a great game.
It's a great game. That right there should be a T-shirt.
I just beat Baldur's Gate in 21 hours. That's to let you know what happened. Yes. Okay.
Did you actually play it? I don't know.
No, I skipped through.
No,
I
have not played.
I skipped through all the dialogue.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to lie like a PlayStation guy. Like that's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
wanted to feel like stand. Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to see how I felt.
I think you'd like the game. K-Mega.
Oh, I know. I love the game. I can't wait to get it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get it. Just shit. Mortal
He
Kombat
just-
comes first.
He just
Cyberpunk
want to bang
comes
some
first.
grizzly
It's
bears. That's all
already
he.
downloading.
He just want to
It's
bang.
so true.
He just want to bang grizzly
Bro.
bears. That's all K-Mega's gonna do in that entire
Grizzly
thing.
bears.
I want to give me an elf whore and put in what?
He said whore.
Get them ears and get to what, Jack?
I think you're gonna like Shadowheart then,
Let's go. Let's go. Anyway,
cause she a hoe. She a hoe.
she's
a hoe.
I love him. I love him. Shout out to the baddest one on the Witcher.
And y'all talk about me. Jesus.
I know we are kind of rambling. Sorry. Let's get it focused.
We're getting to the end of the show. That's usually what happens, getting towards the end, and somehow, some way, I gotta try to reel it back. And
You work tomorrow?
no, I am.
Oh, then you be all right.
I'm putting overtime in on Sunday though.
Yeah, but he's got to put
you
hours
are.
into
You know why?
Starfield, dude.
because
Come on now.
because I
No,
spent
he's playing NBA. He put
You
hours.
playing
in.
NBA, bro.
because I spent $150
that's right, he's
on
playing
NBA 2K. I gotta make that money back, yo. I gotta make it back.
Xbox being
How do you
Starfield.
But how do you feel about them giving it such low scores, review wise? I know you don't care about reviews, but what do you feel about that
For
Meta who?
what game?
for
2K.
NBA 2K?
Oh, I didn't even look at the reviews. I don't give.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No.
You should look at some of those reviews because they're ridiculous. But
Yo, when I know I like a game, I did all the research on NBA 2K before I purchased it. I didn't buy the anniversary edition like right off the bat. What I did is I looked to see how long it was going to be available for, and then I looked to see what they were putting in the game. And now I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is the year I'm going in. And one of the big reasons why I'm going in this year is because they took out the auction house, and it's that's a double-edged sword for me because I made a lot of coin in the auction house last year for like cards and stuff like that. I am talking my team, by the way, because you get to set the price, and then people will bid on it, and they'll bid higher if it's something high demand or whatnot. But they took that out, and they got a player market now. But that means like the hotter cards, the cards that are in more demand, they're not going to be like 1 million MT, 2 million MT, 3 million MT, like the community kind of like kind of built up in the auction house. They're going to be cheaper. So I was like, let me check this out. I did like the kind of like private enterprise that you can create in the auction house. You know what I'm saying? It was like a business to me. Like I was making coin to buy cards. It was pretty cool. But I like the game this year. The animations.
But yeah, you
are incredible.
you enjoy those games, so it makes sense that you.
Yeah, when it comes to low score, and especially with games like 2K, even Madden 2K, there are certain games they'll get a low score, but the audience is still gonna like invest in it, and then they're gonna check it out, and then we'll
like
get
Starfield, right?
Yeah, dude, people trying to kill Starfield is absolutely ridiculous to me, yo.
I don't understand it. And plus, I don't understand why they're trying to compare it to Baldur's Gate 3 because it's not even the same realm, dude.
It's the only thing
not
they
even
got.
the same realm.
No, it's not. They're different games, people.
Sure.
That should be a T-shirt as well. And like, it's funny, if you wore that T-shirt around, there are some people that are gonna know exactly what that T-shirt means.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But yeah, no. When it comes down to that, like again, you know me with review scores anyway. But like, I didn't even look at that. I was forced to look at Starfield review scores anytime I opened up Twitter. So like, but otherwise, it's getting low. Yeah, Mooch,
we saw
crazy. It's getting lower, guys. This is really
the thing is we see more about that than we do them playing games.
Yeah, I can guarantee you something from all my years of knowing a person, right? If it was the other way around, if the game was going up in review score, they wouldn't say anything about that.
Oh no, it wouldn't be talked
Nothing
at
about
all.
that. Yeah.
They be complaining about it, writing people to have them increase it. Change your review score.
For real.
Oh yeah, didn't that happen to God of
Yo,
War
I will
1
say-
when it came out?
No,
I will
it
say
happened
shout out,
to,
wasn't it?
I got to shout out to
no,
Crap
it
real
was.
quick. I got
Yeah, it
shout,
was The Last of Us. Yeah.
I got to shout out to Crap Gamer real quick because like when it came to like again Mooch coming out and it's like, oh, it's getting lower. What's going on? Such a wide range of review scores. This is so weird. And Crap was like, yeah, it's weird. It just seems that, you know, the reviewers that didn't get a copy right off the bat were a little salty, so they like lowered the review scores. And I'm like, you know what? That makes sense right there.
Oh yeah, if you've read some of those, they sound salty.
They do.
I'm all like, don't be butthurt because you didn't get the game right. Play the game, and dude, David Jaffe didn't even get a review copy of the game. He's playing it right now, and he's loving it.
He says it's one of the
Dr.
top 3
Disrespect.
games. He says it's one of the top 3 games he's ever played.
Dr. Disrespect, probably the most known streamer on
Oh, okay.
YouTube, Twitch, everything. You know, I mean, he's hated by a lot of people too, but he's playing it and he's enjoying it. So it's just like you telling me that these people are wrong because they're enjoying the game. I don't understand that. If you're enjoying a game, then don't, you know.
I'll let people know. Starfield is an absolutely great game if you love getting taken away on a story.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a main story either. Like the side missions are just as good as the main story. Like it's insane. And
Honestly, I even think the side missions are a little bit better.
they're I would say definitely more interesting because they can go off in way different areas than the main story. You know what I'm saying? The main story has to stick to a certain thing.
Well, some things about the side missions, you got to sneak to steal this, and you got to sneak off and try to put this in to, you know, corrupt people and all that. More than the storyline, dude. They are in depth.
It sounds like you're
that's
talking
what-
about the
even
Ryujin.
after,
You
after you beat this game, it's so much more to do, man.
you started a job with the Ryujin Corporation.
Oh my god.
That's what you did. Those are the stealth sneaky guys, and I put in an application for that job because I liked the gear that they were rocking. I was like, yo, can I get some of those clothes?
Did they hire you or did they?
No, they
not
hired
hire
me
you?
right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm doing some secret like fucking corporate espionage. Like
Yeah, I joined the military. I joined the UC Vanguard, and
Yeah, I'm in flux. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I told him that I'd wait.
I did it because I heard that you could basically like infiltrate and become a spy, and that's why I did it, and I love that.
and that's what he
love
is. He is a
that
spy
stuff.
now.
We can't be talking about this game. They'll get mad.
But do
Oh,
you
yeah,
guys
that's right,
see,
I'm sorry.
yo, just a
I'm being
general
quiet 'cause I don't
conversation.
want to say nothing.
Because they'll attack you on Twitter, huh, Fred?
No, I'm so far in long in the game that it's like
But guys, before we
I don't
sign
wanna
off,
say anything,
I
so.
just wanted to point this out. Like, do you see the conversation that just started about the game? That conversation
Yeah,
right there
bullshit.
does not happen with shitty games. Let's
No.
be real. It doesn't.
Doesn't.
All right, that right there, that's what they call common sense evidence. That's a great game right there. All you do.
You know,
I mean, I would love to talk more about Baldur's Gate 3, but I know you guys haven't played it yet, so I can't really say anything. You know, it's a phenomenal game, but I can't really be like,
It looks good.
oh
man.
yeah, you guys, you know, have you guys gotten to here yet, or if you guys, you know, we've all played Starfield, so it's kind of more easier to kind of, you know, talk about it.
Well,
you know what game is just like this with the word of mouth of people talking about it outside the game? The game that won Game of the Year last year.
Elden Ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that happened.
Elden Ring is an absolutely great game that so many people are still playing and will be playing for years to come. Like it's
For sure.
it's one of those, yo. And that's the same with Starfield. Like people don't even realize when Pete Hines in his interview and all the excitement around Starfield, he's like, yeah, that's just the core game. which means that there's a shitload of DLC and story and stuff like that that's still coming. That's insane. That's insane. But
and it has no microtransactions or real big, really crappy DLC.
No microtransaction. That's it. I'm out. I'm gonna uninstall.
I know, right?
Now. That's it.
Any game that doesn't have microtransactions should just quit now.
I want to buy the shiniest helmet I can find, man. I don't want to use my money to do it.
Yeah, I want to go to the store. I want to be like, oh, I can buy something, but I actually have to pay real money for it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just pay real money for it.
Hey, I did got a question for him. What do you think of the Sony price hike, Dark?
Oh,
PS Plus, yeah.
I think it's atrocious. I can't believe they're even doing it.
Hey, true players aren't afraid to pay more. Remember?
I'm not paying more. I'm not paying more for none of that stuff. The only thing I'll pay more for is for Game Pass because they actually give me games that I can play daily.
That contract might be happening.
Yo, hold on, real quick. I got a question. I got a question from the chat. I definitely gotta answer it. Yo, shout out to Sam. He said, "What's with the title?" He's like, "How did Final Fantasy 16 disappoint?" It disappointed the publisher that put the game out.
Right.
All right,
Yeah,
they are disappointed with its sales.
It didn't disappoint the fans. It disappointed the developer and the publisher who was just like, what? Why didn't we make more money?
Yeah.
Well, because you entrusted it to Sony ponies who were like, oh, I'm not going to buy that game.
But I will praise it on Twitter, though.
Yeah, well, I'll praise it on Twitter.
Before that game came out last year, we was on GRG, and we said, you put it just on the PS5. You ain't going to make the money you think you're going to make, Square Enix. Didn't we say that, K-Mega?
Yep.
You guys said that, and I said you guys were wrong, and I apologize because I shouldn't have said that because you guys were actually right about that. So I'll take the L on that one.
Yo, shout out to Ripper in the chat. He said Space Horse armor. Yeah, we gotta buy it, man.
You gotta buy it,
dude. Yo, dude,
Yeah.
you fit right in, bro. You fit right in. Any other words with the state of play? Anybody else want to chime in real quick? Because otherwise, then we're winding it down.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
It looked pretty. I'll give it at least that.
Aw.
It looked pretty.
I look
It
pretty.
had that Sony prettiness to it.
Yeah, it had
he
that
just talking about
Sony
that
prettiness.
big. He talking about that big body girl. That's what he talking
No,
about.
I
That's
actually
right.
was talking about the Sony prettiness, as far as how they do bring games out and they just blow them up to a next level. I will always give them that, But as far as what they had, it's pretty much stuff. Most of it was stuff that people knew was coming in about a month.
Now, I will say, I will add this too. They had three. They added it looked like flag colors: red, white, and blue PlayStations.
Oh, Japan's gonna love that.
Yeah,
You just omit the
They
blue.
did have the red, white, and blue, didn't they? Well, it was red, white, red, blue, and like kind of whitish, silverish kind of look.
Right.
Yo, Sir X-Man,
right.
when it comes down to it in Japan, you just gotta not sell the blue one, and then you got the
Right. colors
for the Japanese flag.
Yeah, so.
It was a worldwide stream, so everybody saw the same stream.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
know. The red one looked like cosmic red to me. So pink, basically.
I hate when they say red and it's pink.
It's not
or
really
it's like
red.
a purple.
It's more fuchsia.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yo. Dude, hold on. That's the red on my Xbox dashboard too. The regular red on it, it's got like that pink, purplish kind
Pinkish.
of like hue to it.
Yeah.
Yo, and I'm like, that's not red, dude. It's not red.
Yeah.
It's one of the little private things that pisses me off every time I like change the look of my dashboard. I'm like, that's not red.
Exactly.
Only Sony knows what it really is.
But okay, you said it was pretty. Anything else before we sign off here?
No, that's about it. It wasn't a bad presentation. It just
We already talked about this. Move on down.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know why he brought it back. That was him on that one.
You could have just said no as well. I don't know why you're throwing it on me. I was being courteous and respectful and making sure you got every word in that you wanted to say.
No, I'm cool.
But now I know I'm just gonna cut your ass off next time.
Do what you want.
That's what
Fred wants to get back to his gaming, okay, guys? We gotta get out of here.
I want to get back to NBA too. You know what I'm saying? And by back I mean it would be for the first time today. So.
If you stop talking and do the outros, we can go ahead and get on to that point.
Yeah, man. I got some stuff to do, man. Yeah.
But shout out to the chat. You guys have been absolutely insane. Love you guys so much. Yes, we are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. prime time, talking all the gaming news. We are the next podcast, but it is time now. Like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is
Time to get the plugs in.
Yeah, I was like, did he just freeze up on you guys like he did?
He's done. He's
the ponies got him. They're just
him.
like,
he's
my bad. There was like a huge knock at the door. I'm like, what the fuck?
oh,
Like,
Bang, bang.
it's not. It wasn't even for me. It was
police.
It was the apartment next door, but it was like, it was so big. Like I'm like, yo, we getting raided? I haven't sold in a long time, man.
Oh.
Like they're not gonna.
I swear I didn't do nothing bad. I swear.
I didn't do nothing bad yet. Yeah. But yeah, no. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. You guys have been absolutely incredible. But yo, we got to get into the outros, and I'm not getting swatted, I don't think. But let's start with Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, what do you got going on, bro? What do you want to let people know about before we close this thing down, man?
Playing Starfield on PC. That's about it. I'll be with K-Megan tomorrow, having fun.
You sure about that?
You could just say play
Yes,
Starfield.
I will be there. I'll
Dude,
see if Viper can be there.
K-Megan, what's
too.
up with this dude with the on PC thing all the time? Like on PC, we don't care where you play.
We already
man.
know, bro. You gotta tell us.
Let it go. It loads faster. I get 60 FPS. I'm good.
As long as we're talking about PCs, let's go over to Pred real quick and get his outro, man. Pred, what you got for us, brother?
Nothing, man. I'm about to jump on Starfield on PlayStation 5.
Yeah. So you mean the YouTube app on your PS5, man?
Exclusive.
I mean,
You know,
at least
it's
somebody's
buggy
playing
over
something
there
on
on
PS5.
Wow.
Okay, Megan, you got talk to
I'll see y'all next week.
our brother Dragonheart, yo, man. Like he being messy right now, bro. He being messy in the chat. He's like, every Thursday.
That's cap. Damn. Get him, Yobi. Get him. Anyway, and Yobi, I hope you see because I opened up the GIF on my video. Really do appreciate it. You know what I'm really enjoying the most, and that is that Devil Gin pop. That was hot. It will definitely be in the background on the show. But anyway, thank you guys. Good to be back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's good to be back talking on a podcast. Maybe when I'm thinking about the beautiful Latino women that was in thongs.
Oh, no.
Crystal blue waters, palm trees.
Man, you gonna get yourself in trouble.
No, my wife and those other.
She was looking too, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they all like, yo, look at
Like,
that.
get that one. She's like, get that
one. I'm like, yes, my love. Your wish is my command. Anyway, no. No, let me stop. Anyway, man, come and check out the GRG podcast tomorrow. Supposed to have a guest. I don't know. Haven't heard anything back. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Another female, personality. We'll see. So if not, then we'll schedule to try to come on. If not, it'll just be the knuckleheads. It'll be a sausage party, and it'll be disgusting. But that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because Sir X-Man.
You are far away from where you were on vacation if you're going to go into a sausage fest, bro.
It's gross. Anyway, pause. And Sir X-Man said he was not going to be on the show tomorrow because he said he had hemorrhoids. So, anyway,
on his lips.
You guys have a good
You
one.
are disgusting. You are absolutely disgusting. No more 2-week vacations for you. No more. You are done, brother.
Is that how you went to the pearly gates, Sir X-Man?
That's what happened, dude.
Check out Sir X-Man on his Twitch channel where he will be rubbing hemorrhoid cream on his lips.
Yes. When you one of them bad boys burst, that's all she wrote. You gonna see?
I need to find better friends.
Man, can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. Come on back. You know we're gonna act a fool, man. But thank you, man. As always, Bot, you'll see me next week. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll hear you next week because we don't do webcams.
You don't do cameras.
We don't do that here, man. I don't want to distract the audience or anything.
Nah, you can scare people, man. You don't need to do
Hey, I said distract. I didn't say if it was good or bad. Now I'm saying it's just a distraction, I don't want to be
People
that.
have seen Slim Mega. It is, what I'm saying, it's on and popping now. I might start doing a show with my shirt off, man. Let's go.
Dude, he's gonna cruise. When people go on cruises, they gain weight.
He's going to be talking about games and he's going to be flexing into the webcam.
No, I ain't there yet.
No, it's Alex of the Xbox community.
Right,
that's what it is.
No. You start talking about your thighs, where our friendship is done, bro. Done.
Yeah.
Done. Yo, shout out to Alex.
I'm working on my legs, bro.
Yo, shout out to Alex. Fratanga is a better channel. Thank you. Yo. But let's see. We got Dark Optimus next, brother. Dude, very animated tonight. Actually, I gotta say, it's pretty usual lately, man. We got a fiery Dark Optimus on the show, man. What do you got for an outro, brother?
Baldur's Gate 3 is the best RPG ever made. If you're not playing either Baldur's Gate 3 or Starfield, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Dark Optimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And you guys can find me here every Thursday on the next podcast and every Friday on GRG.
Nice. That last part sounded like a little bit of a tack on add-on, but
No, it wasn't. It was more of a GRG is better.
I'm just playing.
Kinda.
Wow, he did do the sniff. He did the cocky sniff. He went, and I said, "Oh shit!"
Yo, watch out for K Mega. He listens to little patterns you have.
He does.
Like my little laugh that he pointed out to me last year. That's still in my mind now. Like, you gotta watch out for him. He takes the littlest mundane shit. Hey, he's gonna throw it at you, man. He will.
Absolutely.
That's low key there. But anyway, man. Again, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Definitely do appreciate it. Again, we're here every Thursday, and we will see you next Thursday for the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Later, bitches.
Time for coffee. Time for something to eat.
We gotta do our paid promotion here. Here we go.
Mini Mall Monkeys Micro Mills Plaza, the ultimate Earth life simulator. Create tiny human life forms by just adding sub-zero radioactive water to a micro life powder packet and see your mall's inhabitants grow in just minutes. Watch them stroll, shop, and live as they autonomously move throughout their very own shopping complex, completely unaware of your presence. Engage in fascinating examination of standard Earth activity or declare a Black Friday and send your shoppers into a violent bargain hunting frenzy where only the strong survive. Mini Mall Monkeys Micro Mills Plaza comes with environmentally stabilized shopping mall biochamber, 3 packets of powdered micro monkeys, and stirring stick from Lil Labs.